there are religions that hold sacrosanct as one of their principal dogmas as to convert others, to bring others into their fold. That is an axiom in them. In fact, you are rewarded heaven if you convert someone and bring that person into their fold. And if you have such philosophies within a society, how can logically Hinduism survive? It's almost impossible, because the rewards on the other side are just too many. And we've seen how coercions, forced conversions have led to vast swathes of Indian lands, territory, peoples being converted. And the next stage obviously is, as we know, multiple examples, that the person who's converted is more vociferous in proclaiming his newly adopted religion than even the people who have been through generations belonging to that religion or that dogma. So there is no way out. As the most prominent example, Allama Iqbal, the poet who was supposedly called the ideological father of Pakistan, his grandfather was a Kashmiri Pandit. And who would have thought that it would take 1.5 generations for someone to be so vocal, absolute religious bigot, in the sense that he said, I have a sole purpose on this earth, which is to defeat infidelity and break all idols, and that is the whole sole purpose of Islam. These are his words. He was the one, in fact, who was the pallbearer of Ilmuddin, the one who killed the publisher of Rangila Rasool. And these are the people we celebrate. There are awards on Allama Iqbal in India. In Pakistan, of course, there would be, but in India there are awards on Allama Iqbal. In fact, the word Allama itself should not be used, because that is in reverence to this guy. So what other things does one require? I think the most prominent one is legal. You have to be absolutely certain that Hinduism cannot survive if you carry on with this process of turning a blind eye to illegal conversions. We've seen it in the south, we've seen it in Punjab, of all places. No one seems to be acting on this. But more important than that, how are we rearming Abrahamic religions? And I don't want to go back to the book that I've written, but I think it's fairly clear that if you keep on discriminating against Hindu places of worship, Hindus, their ways of rites and beliefs, and keep on looking the other way, not just that, keep on appeasing the people who belong to other faiths, you are in fact disarming Hindus and rearming legally the other faiths that even Rabindranath Tagore said 150 odd years ago, 130 odd years ago, that if there are two religions in this world that are intent upon destroying every other religion, and they are Christianity and Islam. And he also said the only way to, I might be paraphrasing, but he said the only way to make peace with them is to embrace them. So he was also, sorry to sound despondent, because Sai is obviously here, but the fact is there is no way out. I'm being very honest about it. Sooner or later, I doubt, with the policies we have, I doubt Hinduism is going to survive. The fact that you are in exile 33 years, 34 years after 700,000, 500,000 of you then were driven out. Hindus driven out of lands that belongs to Hindus. And no government cutting across party line has done anything. I'm seeing you, it is in one sense a pleasure, but in other sense it's really painful. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know of any large country, Vamsi, where people, the majority are refugees in their own land. I mean, do you find Germans as refugees in Germany, Brits as refugees in Britain? But there are 700,000 Hindus, majority population of India, as refugees in this country. Where did we go wrong? How difficult could it be? And we've reached a stage now where when a person repeats what the Accountant General said in 2019 of a model to rehabilitate safely and securely 700,000 Kashmiri Hindus victims of genocide, that people are interpreting today as a call for genocide. It is so bizarre. You feel, as Christopher Hitchens said, for how long will we keep on answering things and keep adjusting to the views of the fanatics? Because they are intent upon misinterpreting you, and they will do so. They are intent upon looking for provocation in whatever you say. It is degrading, it is embarrassing to adjust to them. But what is the alternative when people think like that?